Thanks for being a little piece of my sunshine out there in YouTube land, watching these guitar lessons that I make, and I know some of you guys have checked out some of my original music, and wow, I really appreciate all the love that you guys give me. This is kind of a landmark video. Randomly, we're about to hit 7 million views on Munson Music Live, but if you accumulated all the lessons together between Munson Music Live, Munson Covers, Munson Guitar Songs, and Munson Jamtracks, actually, we got over 7 million views. That's amazing to me, actually. Normally it averages about 20,000 views per day. That's ridiculous. I really appreciate all the love that you guys give me and the wonderful requests that you give me, and I do plan on answering each of these requests if I live long enough with a lesson of some sort online. Well, we specialize in beginner lessons here. Actually, I'm guessing a lot of you have seen some of our lesson videos and found something that you really liked, I guess, and kind of shared that or liked that. Subscribed to the channel, shared it with your friends, and all of a sudden I'm just amazed at how far these lessons go. When I look at the geography, you can look at this cool map on YouTube and go, oh my gosh, there are people in the Philippines watching, and there are people in Africa watching, and there are people in Germany and the UK, and oh wow, so much love in the world for music. So thanks for sharing all this time that you give to me. I mean, there's over 29 years of time that you've spent in the last 2 years watching Munson Music Live. And I'm just amazed that people come in the shop, people call me from all over the world. It's pretty amazing to me that how far these lessons go and helping people. And I normally get pretty positive comments. I know occasionally somebody's like, man, I think you should just start with the capo on, and I don't do that because you may not have a capo. And I end up with other people who are like, man, I don't need to know all these chords. I already know these chords. And I understand that. And actually, I really dig the demo lesson change that I kind of made a little bit this year, where you can see the whole lesson up front, and then that way, if you already know what to do, you just jump right in, right? And then just go ahead and play the song. Just make a couple notes on a note paper. Sorry, I don't give you charts. I know people are like, man, give me the tabs for this, give me the charts for this. I pick all of these out by ear and sit at my computer and make notes in a notebook. And trust me, you don't want to try and follow my notebook. You're much better off looking at the titles that I put in the video. But I don't do print lesson supplies for copyright reasons. Actually, a lot of these lessons, if I use the lyrics, then all of a sudden I could be in copyright infringement, ended up with strikes on my channel, and next thing you know, there is no Munson Music Live YouTube anymore. So I do that for very good reasons, and I know some people do that at their own risk, and that's cool if the copyright laws change and go, hey, you can use print supplies, you know, or if some band goes, oh man, we don't care if somebody uses our lyrics or something like that, I'll try and post those charts up. But in the meantime, it makes good homework, and people since the dawn of time with music have grabbed a pen and a piece of paper and written down and copied music of all sorts. So I think it's really good homework, even just to get the tune in your head, even just to grab a piece of paper or print out the lyrics for yourself in Word, always a good idea, and then write out a chart for yourself, and then that way you've got that to look at as a reference for yourself if you're gigging out. You know, you put all those together, you end up with a gig book that you can take to your friend's house and play all night, which is so much fun. So that's what it's really all about. And some of these lessons actually are about easiest way out. They're not about you have to play it exactly like the artist. I don't think that you actually have to play it like the artist. And actually, I think the world is a bigger place if you take the song and see what you want to say with the music, and then create that for yourself. And you can always change the time signature. You can mix up what chords you're doing. You can make it jazzy, or you could make it more folky, more country, more blues, more reggae. Whatever style appeals to you, you know, you can kind of run with that. With these lessons, I hope. You know, that's my gist on it. So there you go. You know, I'm hoping that you guys have watched enough videos now where I think a lot of you guys get that, and try and include everything in one video so you don't have to have a secondary reference. If there's one weird chord, I don't expect you to necessarily look that up. And hopefully I'm throwing some options at you with chords that you've been playing forever, that you might find some other places to play those chords, or other ways to play those chords, or kind of understand the guitar fretboard a little bit better by studying those chords in different places. So that might be kind of a cool thing, and I hope that all that helps. It seems like it does. I get a lot of really positive comments from you guys. So I really, really appreciate the love so much. And I do hope that you'll go and check out my other channels. Actually, Munson Guitar Songs is one of the secondary channels, actually, and all that's just like this channel, actually. It's all how to play tutorials and some cover lessons. And then Munson Covers, that channel actually is where I'm putting more of the secondary instrument type of things. So like banjo covers and ukulele covers and baritone ukulele covers and banjo covers and bass covers and all those things. So if you're really digging on more of the cover lesson kind of format, you may want to check out Munson Covers. I'm going to be throwing that there with the lyrics more and more and more, because I think I don't want to risk Munson Music Live as a channel necessarily. So that's why it's nice having a second channel to go, oh yeah, I want to sing the lyrics to this one and stick it up there, because you never know when Roger Hodgson or Prince is going to come and knock on your door and go, hey, this is copyright infringement, and then you end up with kind of some problems. So kind of already weathered the storm, I hope, with those. Actually, it seems like newer artists must sign some contract or something where that's a little bit more acceptable. But unfortunately, I took some classes, these things called classes, on copyright at different times in my life, and so they have completely scared me. And especially with my experiences on YouTube, I try and kind of keep that safe. But I will hope that you check out those channels, Munson Guitar Songs, Munson Covers, if you dig on that. MunsonJamtracks is the 4th channel, which you may kind of dig on. And with MunsonJamtracks, I talk a little bit more theory. I put up a lot of one-chord vamps where you can kind of find some things that you want to say over chord. You may want to check out my video on jamming over one chord, which is kind of cool, where I kind of talk about just doing arpeggios on chords and some scale options depending on what your instrument of choice is. And most of all, I wanted to announce, which this is going to be kind of cool, is next week, actually on Saturday, I'm going to be playing Blackbird for the most wonderful, beautiful woman in the entire world, Miss Kira Berry. And she is the love of my life, and has really inspired me originally to do these lessons online. And without her, I don't think there would be a Munson Music Live YouTube. You're welcome to send wedding presents if you want to 1109 Caldwell Street, Newberry, South Carolina, 29108. And that would be wonderful. So I will be getting married next week, and we're going on this thing called a honeymoon. So you may not see lessons for a few days. And I'm very, very excited and very, very happy that we're going to kind of officially have a big party to celebrate our love for one another and the love for all our friends, which is an awesome thing. So anyway, my heart is in such a good place, y'all. Wow, and we have Kira to thank for so many of these guitar lessons and putting up with me over the course of the last 2 years, spending so much time trying to pick out and help you guys online. So let's all thank her. Thank you, and I love you, Kira. And I'm looking forward to spending the rest of my life with you. And so I wanted to kind of make that announcement to you guys too, just in case you're like, oh man, he hasn't put up my request yet. Now randomly, if you send me money and tell me what song you want, I may immediately do that to the top of the 500 songs that I have on the request list immediately. Not to say that you have to do that, you know, or if you are really getting a lot out of these lessons and you got a bunch of money hanging out, that's cool. If you want to send me some of it, I'm fine. I'll take your money, in the words of Manny Lifshay that I used to work for at Star Music. I will gladly take your money and try and get your request to the top of the list. But in the meantime, if you're, not so inclined, and you'll just have to be patient, y'all. But eventually, I hope to get all of these requests out to you guys in YouTube land. But most of all, I wanted to thank y'all for being my sunshine. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. So thank you very, very much for watching Munson Music Live and for all the love. Randomly, another shout out here to Jack Baldnight, who's a local luthier, who made this guitar, and I bought it from him. But it's Polonia top, which is local wood here to South Carolina. It's African mahogany back and sides, which are not native to South Carolina. But I normally have played this guitar actually in over 1,000, I'm sure, lesson videos and lesson covers gonna love this song or this guitar. And so if you love it too, if you like the tone of this guitar, I get some people, I love the tone. You may want to contact Jack. I'm going to put his number up there on the screen so he can get weird, strange, awesome calls from all over the world with people going, I love Munson's guitar. Can you make me one like it? And I'm sure he can do that for you. You know, if you're like, oh man, I really want the floaty top and the African mahogany back and stuff. He will make you a Jack Ball Night special. Now, I have no idea what he will charge you. It might just depend on where you are or what options you want. He does inlay, he does all kinds of stuff. He's an amazing guy. And he just finished his 100th guitar build, which is awesome. This one is number 77. Yeah, which is only 3 guitars off from my birth year, 74. So that's kind of cool. 77. It's a good year for me. It's probably the year that I first heard music and remembered it. And there's lots of history there too. Randomly, there's another channel called Munson Music Guitar Lessons where I'm planning on just rambling off like a vlog, whatever's going on in my life every now and then, whenever I feel like it or I feel like I have to respond to something or some issue or something hopefully music related. And I know there's some emotional stuff there too about, you know, different teachers that affected my life and what's going on in my life, that kind of thing. But you could always check that out if you're interested in that. If not, just, you know, somebody in one of the comments, actually, this is how that channel was born. I made Munson Music Guitar Lessons as a YouTube channel. Was created automatically when I wanted to change the the Munson Music Live name to that, and then realized that the URL wouldn't be the same, and so like www.youtube.com/MunsonMusicLive would still be the URL for it. So rather than do that, I just decided, oh man, I'm not gonna do that. That just seems real weird. I'll just move it back to Munson Music Live. So I had this other channel that I didn't know what to do with, and so because of that. Randomly, somebody in one of the comments was like, man, I don't know what's going on with you personally, but, you know, and I thought about all the guitar lessons that I had with my uncle and Pascal Duke and Mike Reed and all these people that affected my life, Christopher Berg, Robert Newton, oh, yeah, those guys, Chris Berg and Robert Newton, oh my gosh. Two beautiful sides to a wonderful coin of what you can do with the guitar. And so I was really affected by their love and their passion to show me what they knew, all these different teachers that I had. And so I was thinking it would be really cool with all these different things. I was thinking about all the things that I learned in lessons, and sometimes they didn't have anything to do with the guitar. You know, just the right thing was said at the right time. So I think that's kind of cool too. You know, there's no titles on that particular channel. You can go and just watch it at your own risk, I guess. 'Cause I'm sure there are moments where there are tears in my eyes talking about all the love that I've had for different people. But anyway, you throw it on YouTube, and some people watch it, some people don't. And that's cool because you can go and cruise it, and they're all free lessons. And this is the only place that I do my lessons, y'all. It's right here, but you can embed these videos anywhere, randomly, if you are so inclined. Actually, it's wonderful to see when people create their own playlists. There's so many lessons for me at this point. For me to go through and make playlists for them all is just ridiculous. But some people are going, oh man, that's my favorite song, and I want to be able to find that, and they'll add it to their favorites. And then other people will see that, and then they find that video too, and it helps them. So it's amazing how all this gets passed on. That's what my grandmother used to say is, she used to go, if you can teach somebody something and pass on something to them, a little piece of you lives on in them. And so you will never die, because that will continue to affect them. So I think that's the coolest thing about all of this, y'all, is I teach you, you go teach somebody, spread the love all over the world, everybody's playing guitar, all of a sudden no wars, peace on earth, and all that. So so the best of luck to you guys. Thank you so much for all the love that you give me all the time with your comments and your likes and your subscriptions, and really appreciate that so much, and it's definitely affecting my life in a very positive way. And please forgive me if I don't get around to your lesson for a little bit, just a little bit, and then hopefully I will be able to knock this whole request list out, and by then other people will have asked for stuff too. There'll be new tunes on the radio. But anyway, best of luck to you guys. Woo!